Special Investigating Unit has been given permission to freeze the bank accounts of at least 40 entities linked to Gauteng PPE tenders. The pension fund of former official Kabelo Lehlwenya has been interdicted as well. Lehlwenya is the former Chief Financial Officer of the Gauteng Health Department. The amount to be recovered is close to 39 million rand. For more on this, then, I'm joined by the SIU spokesperson, Kaizer Kganyago. Kaizer, good morning. Thank you for joining us. Tell us the circumstances around you going to the SIU Special Tribunal and seeking to have these bank accounts frozen and this official's pension not to be paid out.
Thank you very much, and thank you to your viewers. It was clear when we started with this investigation in Gauteng that some of the monies were paid into an account. I think in that particular instance it was a Letla construction account to the value of about 38 million. And we then were tracing that account at that point, and we saw the money coming in, and immediately it was dispensed out of other people's accounts. What we then did was to use the powers of the FIC, which is the Financial Intelligence Center, to freeze those accounts for about 10 days, which is the powers that they have. And then we then went to the special tribunal to then get an order that will keep them freezed up until the date when we are going to ventilate the issue, which will be the 6th of October in the court. But while we were doing that, we then got wind of the fact that the CFO, who had resigned, wanted to cash in on her pension, and we added it into this application so that we will preserve that pension until we are done with the investigation to see whether they have got anything to do with it.
So these preservation orders, Kaizer, could you explain, as a matter of process, do they signal your confidence in the case that you have against these 40 entities and these individuals, or is it a matter of procedure?
It is the confidence that we have in the evidence that we have gotten so far. The reason why we have got so many accounts, it is because those are the accounts where the money that was put into this account of Letla went to. Therefore, we need to say all of that money is under investigation. Therefore, no one is allowed to use that money. Therefore, we have now made sure that we clearly say to those people, you can't use that money until we have finalized this process of our investigation. Therefore, if they have any reason for them to come and present before the court, they can do so on the 6th of October when the court will listen to Part B. But we are very confident with the evidence that we have.
Sketch a picture for us of what's emerging from your investigations around Letla Construction, Royal Baca projects and Mediwaste. These are some of the, the companies that have been mentioned from time and time again. Of course, Royal Baca being a company linked to and belonging to the husband of presidential spokesperson Kusela Diko. What is emerging as a matter of pattern from your investigations?
Yeah, it's very difficult for me to say that at the moment, Tula Sizo. All that I can say is those three companies are the ones that we have opened the case against. That is a case, a criminal case with the police, and therefore those matters are now being investigated by the police. We are looking into recoveries of the monies, and that is why we are blocking all of these accounts to make sure that when there is a need for us to recover the money would not have been squandered at the time where we try and get the money.
All right, that is something significant, though, Kaizer, isn't it? That you have, in this particular instance of these three companies I've mentioned, referred a criminal matter. Because, just to remind everyone, your focus is usually, in fact, it's directed at recoveries of monies through civil processes. And you do make reference, you do refer matters to the NPA, the Hawks, and other agencies as and when you come across conduct that you believe raises criminal offences. So in the case of these three companies, you came across such evidence?
Yes, we have gotten evidence that says that there is criminality that happened, and that is why we have referred that to the NPA and also opened criminal cases against those three companies.
And without going into the evidence that you have, Kaizer, one of the questions is, are these companies linked? Through the reporting of the independent group and through the lead investigations journalist there, Pete Rampedi, the allegation has certainly been made that Ledla is nothing but a front for Royal Bhaca. Are you able to talk to that?
Yeah, it's a very difficult one because we keep on saying we don't want to give a rolling commentary on that, but I think people can just join the dots from what we are saying at the moment.
And lastly, Kaizer, one of my concerns yesterday, hearing that you will now be investigating that Shack project in Limpopo, it seems to me that your caseload is just multiplying, and I doubt that the resources are multiplying commensurate with that. Where does this leave us, these freezing orders, in terms of the bigger scheme of the investigation you are doing around PPE procurement in Gauteng, but also nationally?
Yeah, the issue of the freezing of accounts is only in one investigation in the Department of Health in Gauteng. But so far, we are investigating, as at 2 days ago, we were investigating about 648 contracts. But that was before I went to Limpopo and we then engaged with the Premier, wherein the 3 departments were added, which is the Department of Education in Limpopo, the Department of Health and COCTA, together with the project that is the Talani, I think, project. That in itself might give us about 100 more companies that we've got to look into. Obviously, our resources are not as big as that, but we are prioritizing. We are making sure that we prioritize these issues because we have got to give the president a report every 6 weeks. And really, we are doing a lot. All over the country so far, we are investigating contracts that are valued at more than 5 billion rand so far. And we hope that we will deliver because we are confident that our teams are geared to give us the issues and deal with the issues that we have got to deal with. And we will try our level best to make sure that we follow each and everything that relates to this contract.
All right, thank you for your time there. Kaizer Kganyago speaking on behalf of the SIU. You heard it here first. He confirms that in terms of the 3 companies that we mentioned, Royal Bhaca, Ledla and MediWaste, not only has the SIU been doing its work in terms of seeing what can be recovered, but actually they've found evidence that has led to them laying criminal charges, or at the very least asking for those to be investigated.